250 ground speed to the Palace.
9 a.m. and the Tristar's crew made its final preparations for the day's flypast. Maps had been worked out, timings calculated, and the aircraft had been through one rehearsal. It was almost time for takeoff, but there was a problem. 41 cadets due to travel on the Tristar were nowhere to be found and were in danger of missing the flight.
I was told that on a bus on the way. I looked out and saw no bus. So I had to report that to the captain, who then makes the decision and says, we are going, we cannot wait. Fortunately, the captain gave me a 10-minute window. 9 minutes into the 10-minute window, a bus appeared on the horizon. My word, it was close.
Cadets finally on board, the cabin doors closed. The Tristar headed out to rendezvous with the other flypast aircraft over the North Sea. The young passengers caught a glimpse of a VC-10 due to be decommissioned later this year. For these teenagers, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Once the aircraft were in formation, they moved together and headed towards London.
This is the flight deck, and the man in charge here is the captain, Squadron Leader Jason Corbin. Right now, we're over Colchester, and it'll be about another 10 minutes before we reach Buckingham Palace. This team have got to make sure their arrival time is perfect to within just 10 seconds.
And it was perfect. 2 minutes past 1, and the formation roared down the Mall. The Queen and members of the royal family watched as Merlin helicopters, tornadoes, typhoons, a Lancaster bomber and more soared over the palace. The iconic red arrows at the rear let their coloured smoke stream across the sky. The Tristar's captain spends most working days monitoring operations for 216 Squadron, so the day had been a welcome change.
A lot different, quite exciting, and it's nice to get out of the office to go flying. And on this particular thing, very, very proud really that I got to do it, and I feel very privileged to be in that position.
Flypast over, the plan was to head back to Brize Norton, but things were about to take a dramatic turn. An alert concerning a passenger plane meant the Tristar had to head north to meet fighter jets dealing with the situation. A second captain took over the flight deck, an expert in the kind of operation the aircraft had to complete.
Today, this Tristar is also tasked with fast response air-to-air refuelling. What we know is that an aircraft has been forced to land at Prestwick Airport, typhoons have been scrambled, and we're refuelling one of those jets right now.
A note threatening to set fire to the plane had been found on an Egypt air flight from Cairo to New York. Typhoons were escorting the Boeing 777 to an area designated for emergency situations, but responding quickly to the call meant the jets had guzzled fuel and needed more.
We then got the call that we were needed up north, so off we went. You need to speak to the right agencies on the radio to check exactly where they want you, and then we've got a series of checklists specific to tanking that need to be gone through in order to make sure that the jet's ready when it's required, and it obviously involves putting the hose out the back as well and making sure that's flying correctly and primed ready for the Typhoon to come in.
Connected to the refuelling hose for minutes, the Typhoon was loaded with fuel, ready to head back out to the Boeing. The passenger plane landed at around 2:30 in the afternoon, and after police searched it, it was allowed to continue its journey the following morning. And the Tristar crew proved that even when performing ceremonial duties, there's always an operational role that could be called upon at any moment. Cassandra Allwood, Forces News, RAF Brize Norton.